Hello, we're on the final leg now. So the board mounted PC has had a whole bunch of things delivered for me. I have done this video 3 times over because I've actually changed the plan 3 different times. You'll see in one of the pictures that I'll insert now, that I had wired it with a set of smooth SATA cables, like these. These were the ones that were in the machine originally. But I then decided to go with like this kind of the same mesh covered feel of other things. So why the mesh coloured things? Well, I also went with a CPU ATX extenders that have the same mesh cover. This is a spare one that I have. So everything got wired up, and originally I went with the ATX power extension underneath the motherboard. It got caught on the stanchions, so I went with it on the side, which I'll show you in a second. There are pictures that I'll include in a montage. And I've actually fastened it to the board. Now, the actual box on the outside, everything points downwards, so the CPU power goes over the top, under the board and down the bottom. The ATX power comes out and goes down the bottom, and the SATA headers, the 3 that there. Now remember, there were 5, there are now 3, which I'll explain in a moment. The 3 go over and are clamped underneath the board. They're not perfect yet. I need to do some tweaking to get them just right. Let's have a look. So I've been gluing overnight and it's been sat solid. So I'm hoping that this is the last clamp to remove. So the first thing we can see is this is the ATX power extension. It comes off the ATX header and comes down here on the board. This is glued on. I actually clamped this on and left it for days to dry. There's solid fixament glue here and there's super glue underneath. But of course there's actually a raised bevel. You can see, look, there are raised bevels around this connector. I had to shave them off, and the same with the CPU power. So this is the CPU power that I got clamped down. Got it clamped down now, and it comes up over the board here. It goes underneath around that stanchion, which is where I've actually got to cut this off. This is holding it against that stanchion underneath, and then it comes out and is currently there. This was glued in exactly the same way. I'm hoping it stays just like that. That's solid. So this is the CPU power. It's just black on black, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry you can't see it right. There we go. There's a good angle. So this is the 4-pin CPU power, and this is the proper 24-pin ATX power. The SATA headers then go over the top through the hole I cut and come out underneath. And I say there are 3 of them. This is just a cable tie holding them in. There are 3 of them ready to go, and it will be hung like that on the wall. So we're ready to go. I actually quite like this. It's almost like a piece of extra art to things. I actually do like that. I have decided that there will be a version 2.0 of this project. And in that one, I will delve this out and underneath. But what I'll do is I'll have it so that these are fixed position and the power extensions come from the ATX power and go into the box. We'll deal with that in due time. But right now, this is version 1. This is the first project. So there's the loop there. I was going to tie that onto that stanchion, but I don't think I will now. I'll just leave it a little bit loose. It's all covered in plastic. This is a plastic coated cable, so it shouldn't short on anything at all. We should be all fine. So that's how it currently will look when it's on the wall.